What's up? Let's say I took a bunch of different ingredients for a really good chicken tikka masala and I ate them one at a time and then I jumped around afterwards. Mixing all that stuff up doesn't make chicken tikka masala when it's in my belly, right? We all get that. But that is how I'm seeing ChatGPT with search working. So what I'm going to share with you is why I think Bing powering ChatGPT's search function is not getting the quality of answers in certain instances. And I'm going to walk you through step by step and site by site why I'm saying that and what I'm seeing and what I think it means. So let's go ahead and show you what we're seeing here. So the first thing I want to do is show you what made us fall in love with ChatGPT over search is I could put in all the different things that I cared about into one prompt and I got back really good answers most of the time. However, with search enabled, it's quite different. Remember the days of having to put in a bunch of different queries and doing 9, 10 different searches and having to go to all those websites to try to remember what was on them to try to get your answer? Well, ChatGPT without search helps you to do that pretty well. With search, certain queries don't work as well. Okay, so what I'm looking here is at a search that I did for something that I know pretty well, which is agency landscapes, where the agents are good at the intersection of PPC and SEO. And what's interesting, and this is starting to change a little bit, is with ChatGPT with search, you can see it does a big search and then it comes back with a bunch of awards and whatnot and different websites. And it's saying W Promote and Thrive Agency, Aim Clear, Smart Sites. I'm like, okay, that seems interesting. And then I wanted to look at who the sources were. And they're sitting out here Influencer Marketing Hub, US Search Awards. So remember that later, Clutch, Search Engine Land. I'm like, okay. But then there's also like Fuck SEM, which is it's an agency themselves. I was like, okay, that's interesting. Then I did that search a little bit later and I got a bunch of different ones. I got Design Rush, I got Hawk SEM, I got Good Firms, Design Rush, Clutch again. And I click over here and I start looking at like, well, who are these sites that are showing up, right? Good Firms, top PPC agencies, Design Rush, top PPC agencies, Clutch. And I'm going, but wait, my question was the intersection of PPC and SEO. And then you start realizing, and I'm going to walk you through some of the sites that showed up. So they're just listing sites. So yeah, y'all, we're back to freaking directory listings. Real talk. What they're doing, they're trying to take these separate websites that aren't talking at all about the integration and piece them back together to get you an answer. And this is why it's using a site of top PPC management companies in Virginia. I don't want that. I wanted PPC and SEO connected. That's the wrong answer. Without search, it does a hell of a lot better. Clutch is a directory again, right? And this is giving me a bunch of different digital marketing firms. Okay. That's a little more broadly. So maybe it's a little SEO, a little PPC. But again, I'm back to directory listings. Then it kept giving me Hawk SEM. And I'm like, well, they're an agency. And it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this on my website, but technically, this company is listing out other companies on their website and saying, well, we're the best. We're ranked the best out of all of these, which for me, that's just not my brand. I don't think I want to list out a bunch of competitors just so I can get visibility, but this stuff works. It's working. All right. So after I did a few more searches, I did find some content on SEO.com, but I asked for agencies. I really didn't ask for how to do it. I asked for agencies. Another one I got was Mamba. Now they're saying on their website, we're a top rated SEO agency. Okay. You can see Clutch, everybody's mentioning Clutch. Look at all those Clutch, 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 Clutch. All right. So then I started looking at this through the lens of, let me go to Microsoft and do these searches on Bing. And if you search for, again, it broke out top PPC agencies and then some other searches and then tried to stitch those answers together. So once you get past the paid results, you're like, up, there's Influencer Marketing Hub, top 55 agencies, Life Marketing, which I'll show you in a bit, top 43 agencies, Neil Patel, top 5 agencies, Capterra, Direct, all these are pretty much directories. And if I'm looking for a PPC and SEO firm, but they only ran a search on PPC, here's what I'm going to get, right? Something that doesn't answer my questions. And that ultimately is powering the answers that I'm getting in ChatGPT. So then what does that look like? I got QuickSprout, top 5 PPC agencies. So now I got to do outreach and try to get links from these guys. And it just feels a little bit like, oh, okay. Then I saw some G2 showing up, which now means like, and remember, this is a verticalized PPC only query. I don't know why they could not kind of really combine it yet. Hope it gets better, and it probably will. But it means it's another G2 is another directory. And see WebFX there, see Client Boost there, see Smart Sites there. A lot of those sites are the same ones showing up as answers for this query. We don't submit to any of those. We didn't show up. We write about PPC and SEO integration a bunch. I've been talking about it for 10 years. And it looks to me like if the queries that ChatGPT determined it needs to search on Bing aren't the right ones, then it doesn't matter how OG you are at talking about this topic and having all the topical lexical similarities. None of that matters if the query they search for to get their answers is a bad freaking query on a bad freaking search engine, right? So then you've got WebFX, and they have that same, they're using the same strategy. We're going to list out that we're the number one best PPC agency in the US. And we're going to list out a few other companies, right? But they're all going to be in other countries where we don't compete. Is this what I got to build? Is this what I got to do in 2024 to try to show up maximally in ChatGPT search? I'm not doing it. Full stop. And then as I dug deeper, this is the strategy, y'all. You need to do a top PPC agencies post, right? So at least if I wasn't trying to do this complex query of SEO and paid, see, so now we're back to a battle of just like high domain authority, right? Like Neil Patel's got a high domain authority. So guess what we're going to do? Top 5 PPC companies in the world. We're number one, and I'm going to list out 4 other people. So it really feels a little bit like, man, are we back to directory link building? Capterra, top PPC agencies, it's a directory, y'all. So what we're doing, so you might be thinking, hey, Will, what am I supposed to do? Well, by the looks of these results, if you've got a remotely complex query that triggers a Bing search, directory links, link exchanges with your friends, and heavily optimized content. Sounds like we're back into 1999 through 2005, y'all. What I imagine is that this might just be this one query for me, but either way, I assume it's going to get better, but I'm going to keep clocking it. The sad news is that if you're thinking, oh, these LLMs are doing predictions on words that are similar, I think when you look at the word SEO, PPC, integration or combination, and agency, I think that we're pretty close on that. A lot more than some of the other things that I saw. But if you notice, they didn't run the query that way. They ran a top PPC agencies query in Bing, which was easily spammable. And then they ran a SEO agencies one, which was also easily spammable. And that's what we got. So looking forward to this getting better because I'm not changing my strategy one bit. Let me go to LinkedIn and create some fans. Let me create videos like these that challenge our thinking, but that I am not going to do link exchanges with my friends, reciprocal links and directory links as my sole way of winning. I am going to test some things. So I am submitting to G2 and Clutch and whatnot, just to see if that changes anything at all. And I'll keep you all updated as I work on it. Peace.